What is up, you guys? We are back on the road again, and we are here at the Virginia Beach Zoo visiting our good friend Dennis McNamara. We're gonna see some awesome stuff, some cool animals, so I hope you're all ready to check this out. It's gonna be great.
So basically this is like our work area. So we have, as you go down there, everything you just walk behind or you walk in front of, it goes down that way, like anti-venom fridge, all that kind of stuff is down there. Then this is one of our sinks areas. Then as we go in there, we'll go into a backup area that's just behind all the exhibits. We have a nursery area, we have a frog lab area, and then you'll get to see employees back here working too. We have exhibits on the other side of the zoo as well, so we go over there and do Aldabra tortoise, and we have Meller's chameleon and some monitors up there, pancake tortoise. We also have like alligator snapping turtles that are underneath Asia we're building exhibits for.
Right.
So we take care of all that stuff, and then we come down here. So we get down here probably between 8:30 and 9.
Right.
And then we're in here, we hand water everything, we spray mist everything every day. Yeah, so, I don't know, so I'll just show you how the exhibits are set up. So all of our exhibits are they're made by My Reef, which is an aquatic company. But we got these from, actually Justin has 4 of these that were missized that he got from us. Well, he didn't get from us, but he got from My Reef that we had sent back. Okay. So, but like in here, like, say there's a water dragon and a choke gecko in here. We've tried to have him with a whole bunch of different stuff.
That's so cool.
This is one of those things that, like, I had to use as a kid. It was like the only lizard my mom liked as a kid. Right. So when I could figure out a way to incorporate it in here, it's kind of nostalgic, but it's also, he's real showy.
He's like a dinosaur.
He's awesome. He's got a great temperament. He's good. We've tried to house him with a whole bunch of other stuff. Like he's a little Chinese crocodile lizards, but he tries to breed them. We housed him with some turtles, but they try to eat his tail. So he was the tokay in here somewhere. Over there. But
Right.
so every exhibit has a drain too. So we have gravel on the bottom, then we have all the bedding. We don't do the traditional ABM or Atlantic bio, whatever, the Atlanta mix. We started to get all that stuff and it was just a lot. We've actually figured out that for us, we also don't use soil for the most part. We use cocoa for everything.
Okay.
So we use cocoa fiber, like 2/3 and then 1/3 the cocoa block. And then we just add either magnolia or oak. And then we seed it with either with some sort of isopod or some sort of something else like that. We just found that with a lot of these things, if we have soil, as they move, they scratch the glass. And so once you scratch the glass, you're done. Especially like we have a tortoise that does it, and so we just found that the cocoa is a little bit gentler on the glass, and so we've kind of moved to that. And we like, I don't know, I can't tell you. We don't change the bedding. I mean, the leaves break down. We seasonally add leaves, and we take those and we use a product called Oxivir, which is like a disinfectant. We take the leaves, we spray that all down, and then clean them, let them dry, then we use them, put them in there, and then that just breaks down, especially the oak leaves. The oak leaves break down so quick that just kind of seeds everything, and that turns into kind of the soil part of it. Just because we spray till they stop drinking. So if we're doing whatever it is, if you're spraying something in here and they drink for 20 minutes, then you stand there and spray them for 20 minutes.
Let them
And
do what they want, basically.
yeah, so we let them drink like that because we don't have any automatic misters. Because I always have funny things about saying this. Like I feel like there's a laziness in it, and so
Almost.
yeah, so we try to do it as easy and as simple as possible because that way they're not going to lie about it. They're not going to whatever and so they are going to be able to do whatever it is that they're doing. They can see it. They can see it's working. They can see there's a lot of water coming out. They could, so we also have valves in the bottom. So if we want to flood something, we can close the valves and then we can flood it. This one here, we actually silicone the bottom, and that one just has a filter in it. So that one's just wet water. But so we just try to make it so it all works. We try to make it as simple as possible. We're going through, then we're changing waters, we're doing all that kind of stuff. So everybody has their own cart. So that way everybody has their own cart with all the stuff they need, all their food. We have feed days. That's not a good one to look at, but like we have all the stuff written on there so you know as you go. Those labels are all jacked up, so I should show you a nicer one. But so we try to, but yeah, there is labor involved in it. Well, my whole thing is just paying attention. I think none of this stuff is that hard as long as you pay attention. People try to make it harder than it has to be. And so if you're watching and you see what they do, you see they're going to the cool end, then you have it too hot. You want to make sure you have it, they're always in the hot end. So we try to do stuff like that and try to make it so we pay attention and just keep it as simple as possible so that way we succeed. My whole thing too is like, working for an AZA institution, there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of things for welfare assessments. There's all these things. And it's a lot of ways that you can set yourself up to fail if you don't do them. But if you make them simple and make them so you're doing them, then you can't, to me, then you don't fail, then you succeed.
Right.
So if we just make it so it's easy, it's not too hard, we don't make the exhibits too crazy. So that way people are skipping stuff, try to make it so it's easy for the animal, easy for the people, and then I think you just take better care of it. So she's a 3-year-old croc monitor that was born in Honolulu Zoo. And we have a male on exhibit, and we just kind of have her back here growing her up because we have a big cage she can go into over there. Actually, it's probably double what she's in now. But over here, we actually have tried to make it so she's pretty relaxed. So we take her out a couple times a week.
She seems pretty chill.
Feed her in hand. We still do things with gloves just because trying to make it so there's no
Risk.
liability stuff.
No reason for anything to happen.
Well, she
yeah.
did when she was little. She bit one of the guys here and we got 3 stitches. She was like less than a year old. Bit him in the wrong.
Just grabs on.
Look at that. You bring it right here to the light.
Can you answer that?
Wow. Ooh. Wow. Beautiful, man.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody calls all day until you guys are
Okay,
filming.
I'm letting you know that we're submitting a people who are out back of Wisdom State. Okay, thank you.
Such a cool animal.
You see how relaxed, and she's done all the work to make it so she's calm.
Yeah.
And she eats in her hands, and
It's like once you get them out there, they mellow out, it feels like.
yeah. And the male we have, he's actually decent as long as you're feeding him. Just like while you're doing stuff, as long as he has like something to focus on, you can touch him. But he's nervous if not. So we keep it just like a refrigerator temps, like 36, but it comes not refrigerated. So I think we just keep it just to keep it longer, just in case. We also have some expired in there, just in case someone were to call and ask for any. That way we can keep what we need and then give that. Well, maybe not give it, but yeah, somebody got bit in Richmond not long ago and they asked us for some, but they got it from the aquarium. Radiated tortoise. So we have some radiated tortoises eggs in there. We do a diet pause first. The numbers on it don't always equate because it's just a wine cooler. It's not accurate, but we do 30 days. Well, we do 30 days in here and then we move it to a regular. And then that's just where we keep all our extra food. We feed a lot of rapashi. We do basically just, it's kind of easy, in my opinion.
What's this one?
The Fiji iguana.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
So
Look how
Fiji-
blue it
Fiji
is.
iguana, you said,
Yep.
Dennis?
It's an adult male. It's a pretty lizard.
It's a buddy. Like your eyes.
Little yellow nostrils.
Yeah, so according to Kim, who's the stud bookkeeper for these, she knows a lot about Fiji iguanas. That overbite, or I guess underbite look,
Little
is just
derby
from
look?
this island. So that particular island all has that.
Okay.
It's a cool lizard though. It's one of those things, they're all owned by the Fiji government, so you can't have them.
Right.
Well,
There she is. Look at that head come up. You're so sick.
she had a rabbit the other day.
Oh, rabbits?
Yeah, we tried to get a reticket in the shed, and so we gave it to her, so sometimes that makes everything go a little slower than you'd like it to. She's full.
Look at her backing off like, I'm good.
I don't know, maybe it's not gonna work like I was hoping it would.
She's camera shy.
We don't have a lot of people come over here. Like, you're probably the fourth group we've ever done with it.
Wow.
So it could be just that there's somebody else over there. But usually she'll come over this way.
Might be warming up.
Look at the fish eating it.
Wow. Dude, there she goes. She's big, bro.
She's not really like that. I think she's just nervous. That's a lot of crocodile. Not humongous, but it's big enough. Yeah, well, the adults we have, they can hang out in the perch, but as we're growing them up, we just kind of keep them more aquatic. It seems like they just are easier to kind of keep up with that way.
They're so crazy looking.
But we have his grandmother's here, his parents are here.
Wow.
Kind of reminds me of like a children's python almost, or a spotted python almost.
I feel like as they get bigger, they're almost scrub-like in some ways too. Neat looking.
The
Okay.
eyes are cool. So like red and orange.
It's kind of funny, we have one out there that started eating before this that's way bigger. This one just took a long time to get started.
Wow.
We have 4 here that we've had born here. Right, we have this one. Yeah. This white that comes, they change color as they go.
Yeah, it's
Is
so
that
cool.
all of them? Or is
Not
it
all of them,
just
but they
these ones?
just do it. Like it's, you'll see it and they just change. They're a super cool snake. I'll pull out his dad in a second if you want. But they're not aggressive. Like you can do whatever with them. They don't
Yeah,
seem
he's
very
mellow,
chill.
mellow,
They're
dude. Look
super
at him.
nice. They just changed. They definitely fire up and fire down. They're super cool.
This is the dad to the one you just showed.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the color shifts as they grow like that. 'Cause he's way lighter, not as dark.
Well, some are just gray, some are brown, some are orange. They're all variable.
He's really cool.
So here's the dad living race. That's pretty.
He's so little.
6. As you take them out of captivity, out of the wild, they lose it, and then these were born here, and then they definitely don't have anything.
So because they're captive, they don't have the food that they eat that makes them as toxic as they are in the wild. Yeah. That's crazy. They can kill one man with their skin, basically?
20.
Yeah.
20?
Wild one. Jesus.
Here's some of these, you can see them better.
What are these, Dennis?
Panamanian golden frogs.
Those are so cool.
So we can go over there, we'll break it up, we'll do it out of everything,
Yeah.
and we'll come back, and you can see the bigger stuff on the other end.
Sorry.
And these are the second largest tortoise.
Yeah, so I think they would probably, so the females don't get big, whereas the males and females, the galops both get big. They can still get to 600 pounds, so I think the size of adults is about the same, but you can get, the girls probably offset that sizing. Like this is a 85-year-old female,
She's 85.
and that's an 89-year-old male.
That's crazy.
But then this is a 15-year-old male.
So that's an 89-year-old female,
85.
or 85, and that's 15.
15-year-old male.
The size difference is crazy.
How old's this guy right here?
About 89.
He's 89. This guy's 89.
So he came to the country in 1963. He was about 256 pounds, I think, at that point. So they just guesstimated that age. She came to the
Wild.
country in 1991, and they just estimated her age from there. So we know these three were all born at the Tulsa Zoo, so we know when they were born.
Look at him, he's so big.
Do they like being scratched? This guy. What are you doing? I like your show, buddy. Like your show.
Oh my god, he's so like, he's scratching him and his head is coming out further and further.
So cool.
Right. Dora, there's a giant turtle right here.
Oh, he's doing the standing thing. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Huge shout out to Dennis. Thank you so much for the awesome tour. Life-changing, awesome experience. And guys, like always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Take it easy.